Flosstube, Felicity here from Felicity Fuse Cross Stitcher. Back with another WIP update in this month of September. Today is the 29th of September and it's the last day of school. So officially we are now on school holidays in South Australia. Yay! Alright, really happy. This term has been very busy, very hectic, very stressful. It's also just really good to think that for the next 2 weeks I don't actually have to physically go to school and I don't have to see some of my students. I get to have a mental break and just sit and stitch or just become me again. Real life school has really been kicking my butt lately, but that's a whole nother problem. I'm not really going to go into that. What I have for you today is going to be one WIP update. So I've just worked on one WIP. Quite a lot of haul, okay? I did do a major order. You probably won't see very much after this. And then mini plans. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who has subscribed and commented on my channel, especially who's done comments in the last 2 videos. Really appreciate them, and I try to read and reply to all comments. If there is one that I have missed, please let me know and I'll reply to you as soon as I can. Last video I did split my video into 2 bits, okay? One was a general update just on WIPs and things like that. The other one was a tribute to 2 people that I loved as grandparents. If you haven't seen that video, I'm happy for you to go back and watch that one. In there I just showed all of the pieces that we have hanging up in the wall and then asked if anyone knew what the names were. I know who stitched them and what year they were stitched because that's on the pattern, but I don't know any of the names of the patterns. So some people have directed to tell me what the names of the instruments or in some of the pieces are, which is really lovely. So I thank you for that. But yeah, it's just a video to show who inspired me to start cross stitching. Really did. They're probably some of the biggest inspirations. One memory that I don't remember if I said in the video or not is that I can remember going around to their place and they used to be sitting in 2 different armchairs and just sitting and stitching and chatting together. That would be the dream. I mean, that was just, they just go around there, they'd be stitching little cards or a big piece, things like that. So thank you again to all of that. The only WIP that I've worked on this month is Elsa by Heaven Earth Designs, and the original artist is by Anna Dittman. I can feel a finish coming on and I don't have that much to go on her, so I've been mainly just stitching on her recently. Last time you saw her I had finished page 26, okay, 26, so I think that for me was page 22. If you can believe it, since then I've had 2 page finishes. Yeeks! 2 page finishes, so happy. So what I've been doing is normally when you go across in Heaven Earth Design, you go across this way. Alright, well because I was so close to the end, last time I went down, and this time I've also gone down and down. So I've actually finished page 22. Sorry, numbers get really confusing here. So I've finished page 22 and finished page 27. Okay, so in total I now have 24 pages finished. I'll show you now. And you might actually get to see the whole pattern without being on the frames for once. Alright, so again I'm going to have to stand up. So zooming up, you see her eyes as we go up, looking here. Oh yes, we can see the braid coming through. Okay, so I've just finished these 2 pages, so 1 and 1, 2. Okay, I actually put the finishing stitches on that last night. Came home from school. Today I didn't really much plan for my classes, just came home, I was able to sit and stitch. So really close to finishing now. All I have left to go is 6 pages. Oops. So if we go across here, if you can see, okay, if you go across, you can see that I have only 6 pages to go. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the last 2 pages here are half pages, so they're mini pages, so there's only about like a half page and a half page. Technically there is another row down here, but it's only like 3 mini rows, so it's not even a block of 10 that goes across. So when I do these pages, I just stitch that at the same time. But I loved seeing some purples in this page I've just stitched. So in this page that I've just stitched here, hopefully you can see how it glitters. Yep. That page there was Hell with metallic, which I've been using PB, so Petite Treasure Bead number 10. It's the pale colour, and I've really enjoyed this page. So I really can see the detail in her hair coming across, and there's going to be a major snowflake around here. That's what I hope to start stitching on tonight. So really enjoy seeing her. Do you reckon? Do you think? Alright, I'll give you one more big shot of her, okay? Pretty special. See if we can get the shimmering as I come across. Don't mean to make anyone seasick. Oh, you can see some of the shimmering. She is so sparkly in real life. I cannot believe it. And then it's like, photos never show her justice. Can we see? Yep. Oh, it's so amazing to get so close. So 6 pages left to go. So the pattern says that there's like 35 pages. I've just been saying 30 because again, those last couple of pages have been, those last 5 pages are only 3 rows. So out of 30 pages, 6 to go. Ooh, okay. I think this last page took me around 3 weeks to finish. So I don't know how I'm going to go because we're on holiday, so I might be able to get quite a bit done this week. Depends on what else is on the plans. But we are also going away for the second week of holidays. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be taking Elsa with me. She's a little bit too big to transport. So I'll take something else and I'll talk about that later. But hopefully, we're coming into the last term of school in mid-October. So when we come back to school, there's only been 9 weeks of school. Hopefully I can still able to get quite a bit more progress on her. Also hoping to get quite a bit of process on her before we go away in December. So that's what's happening. Again, I'm not going to take her when we go away in September. Again, she's too big, so I'll probably take one of my other WIPs that will get some focus time then. But no, so excited, okay? I'm just so happy to see the very bottom of the page. No, not page. Very bottom of the pattern. It's just, wow. I think I forgot to mention, but that's on 22 count hardanger. It's stitched 2/1 full crosses. And again, the sparkly thread is Petite Treasure Braid, number 10, so the pale colour. And eventually that's going to get framed and then given to my niece. Before my niece gets it though, she's going to, Elsa's going to go into our local show. The first week of December, we then have 10 days for our local show. It's the Royal Adelaide Show. It's a really big thing that goes on. We have rides, we have show bags. We also see a lot of local people come in and showcase their produce. We also see people from and products. It doesn't matter if it's like food or any other type of products. You also see other people from other states come in as well that showcase things like that. There's a dairy pavilion, there's an ag program, there's people where you can enter craft, enter cross stitch, enter quilts. It's a really good thing to do. I mean, our school, we also, the school I'm at the moment, participates in the Orchid Club. And in the Orchid Club, they, of course, grow orchids, so the flowers. And this year, the school actually won best 2 awards, so best display in the school section and a special display as well for the display that they had. So it's quite a different display. If I can insert a picture of it without the school name, I will insert a picture around here. We also, our school participates in the agriculture program, so we led quite a few steers, I think they're called, and some cows and some sheep around to get weighed. We didn't win any awards, but it was really good for the students who do the agriculture program to be a part of that. There's a school competition, there's also other people's competitions as well. So one thing as family we really like to do is to go to the Dairy Pavilion, go to the Taste SA Pavilion. The Taste SA Pavilion is just focusing on all products that are South Australian. So there's quite a big push for that at the moment, and we get to taste all things. So that's basically our lunch. We bought quite a lot of things there, bought a couple of South Australian show bags. Dad took them back to the car. Then we just had a lot of fun walking around. I was amazed by seeing how many cross-stitch entries there were this year. Okay, I did take quite a lot of photos, so I might try and put a slideshow at the end with some very gentle music or something at the very end. So I won't do it now, but at the end, there was so many entries and it was just gorgeous. So I'm hoping if I can get Elsa finished and framed by, let's say, April, May next year, okay, I would like to see if I can put her into the show, okay. I don't want to win anything, I just want to show off what we can do. I mean, this is such a modern piece compared to some other ones there, so it's just something different. Alright, so the next part really of my video is just going to be my haul. So I generally don't normally get a lot of haul, okay, but this time I've actually did a really big order to 123 Stitch and just bought a lot of supplies that will keep me up for projects for years to come. This isn't talking about fabric though, so mainly just like beads, cryonic, like beads, metallic, and water lilies, and some patterns. So let's start with that. So the one thing I did do was I actually did buy another one of Petite Treasure Braid. So this is the one I've been using for Elsa. Okay, I wasn't sure how much I needed, so now I actually have 3 in total. I did still have 2 left, but I did buy another one just in case. That's just me being paranoid because I wasn't sure how many I would need, because there is quite a lot of metallic in that piece. The other ones here, okay, Cryonics, I don't know how you say it. This one is a blending filament, so 002L. It's like a very sparkly gold luscious colour. This is 014, very pale blue. Is that going to focus? There we go. Very pale blue. 3232, these ones here are number 4 braid. Just a nice light gold. I can't remember which project these ones go to, but that will come up when I actually do start them. Verified braid again, number 4198, so a very pale greeny blue compared to the other one. 080HL, so I think it's a Hyluska, I can't pronounce that right. Like a dark maroon, dark brown colour. It's really pretty. And then this one is 011HL as well, so a Hyluska. So some of these I've just bought to get ready for different patterns. If you have a really good suggestion of how to store these, okay, I haven't found anything yet and I'll be really interested to see what you do to store them. Go there, don't fall off. Okay, the other ones here are there are two more petite treasure braids. So these ones here are some golds. We've got hang on, let me try and find the numbers. Okay, 03 and 35. Okay, so some nice really gold, different shades of gold there. I think I was subbing out some colours in one of the petites, I wasn't sure. This one here is a silk lamb braid. Don't ask me how to pronounce that. It's like a really soft, but it's also got like metallic in it. It's going to be interesting to stitch with. And that's number 43. Then, you got to tell me how to stitch with this, but this is Whisper Thread. Okay, 99. I think that's for Gypsy Queen. But how do you stitch with this? It's like so fluffy. How do you even get it through the needle? Then, oh, these are pretty. These are the water lilies. So these is probably what really did jack up my order, as long as the beads as well, is the water lilies. I've never stitched with silk before, so that will be interesting to stitch with these. If you have any tips and tricks about stitching with water lilies, let me know, and I'll stash them away ready for the next video, or not next video, the next project I start that has them. So, look at all these, yeeks, so many. Alright, this one is wasabi. Look at those colours. You can actually see the variegation in this. This is not bad light. Umbria. That's a good representation. Some of these are variegated, some of these are not. I don't know. But I'm so happy to get to use these. So this is Antique Rose. I love that one. Look at those pinks and purples. I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but purple is my favourite colour. Absolutely my favourite colour. Bubblegum. Look at that. Isn't that pink? So pink. It's like a, as I said, bubblegum pink. There was a product that we used to have over here in Australia, not sure if anyone else had it, called Hubba Bubba, and it was like bubblegum. Oh my god, that brings back memories. Charcoal. Oh look, you can actually see that there's a dark green, oops, sorry, getting sick. Dark green, some dark purples as well. Espresso. It's a little bit darker than that in real life, but you can still see the variegation that's going on. Cardinal, I think that's how I say it. Showing up way more red on camera than it is. It's a little bit deeper, but it's so gorgeous and they feel so soft. African Sunset is again a little deeper, but can you see there's like little bits of oranges in there as well? Bits of oranges, bits of pinks. Sable. I hear a lot of people use this one. It's like a nice brown colour. You can, like, different shades, got dark brown and light brown. I know most of you have probably seen these before, but I was so happy to get these. Pine Forest, that's showing up pretty well. Different shades of greens. Jade, that does remind me of jade, especially going to New Zealand and getting it from there. So pretty. Salt and pepper, I'm guessing like salt and pepper shakes. While I'm showing you these, how do you store your water lilies once you use them? This is Karakam, I think. How do you store them? Like, that's like a grey to browns. Do you store them on bobbins? Do you store them in floss away bags? This is Flamingo, a nice subtle pink. Pink, yeah, pink and peaches. Last one is Midnight, so like a deep blue. I can't really see much variegation in this, but I think it's like a subtle blues. Whoops. I'm not sure. So they're really pretty. I really love them, and I can't wait to try and stitch with them. But again, if you give me any tips about how you use them and how you store them as well. Again, I think I've been on a bit of a Mirabilia Nora Corbett stash lately, so I did get a couple of patterns at the same time. Main thing is, when you do a big order from 123 Stitch, since I live in Australia, I have to try and get everything with the shipping as much as I can. So this one here is Veronica, Portrait of Veronica. I really love all of the lovely dresses that they have. Okay, their dresses are absolutely stunning. Love that. This one has Mill Hill, has one Krennic, and has some blends. So that would be interesting to start one day. These ones here are two smaller patterns of Nora Corbett's. The only pattern I have going like this is Roses of Provence. So it'd be really good to start these. This one here is Snapdragon. Look at those purples, aren't they stunning? Just love that. And I actually have an idea of maybe what fabric to put that one on. Not sure yet, but it's just an idea. And this one here is Anemone. Did I say that correctly? I am not great with pronunciations. Oh, it's so pretty. I mean, these are very small. This one's only 89 by 158. So I have a feeling I know what fabric I'm going to do, because I have a piece of fabric that I could probably split in half. But it depends what I get in recent times. The other thing I got from 123 Stitch was this brilliant needle needle threader, whatever you call it. I discovered these in Hobby Lobby when I went to America at the beginning of the year, and they are so hard to find in Australia. I love this needle threader. This needle threader lasted me, like, there's 2 in a pack. I think the pack lasted me, like, both of them, like, half. Like, I bought it in January, and the last one broke, like, in July. So I really love these. They are way better than the ones we get in Spotlight, which is our craft store. The Birch brand, I hate this brand, but I have a pack just in case. But if anyone could tell me where I can get these, oh, I love them. It just really works so much better for me. I can get the metallic through. I mean, most of the time I do lick the floss, but when it gets so small, or when I'm using the metallic, I do use the needle threader. The other thing I got from 123 Stitch is a whole heap of beads. So I'm not going to show you these one by one, because I've actually, I was wanting to organise, and I've actually already put them into a bead container that I have. This bead container I bought from Spotlight quite a few years ago. Sorry, you can hear the rattling. Not quite a few, about last year or so. But I've actually got the beads now to fill it up. So I've already put, like, the labels in. I'll see if I can do this without it falling out. But these are all my beads at the moment. Okay, so as you can see there, these ones here are not in order, and that's because they're going to be for my Roses of Provence. The rest are in order. I had quite a lot of fun putting these into the pack. Some of them have more than one pack because they're used for different patterns. Those labels there, okay, I have bought myself a label maker, being a teacher. Okay, so I did quite a lot of labels. So there's labels on the front, but there's also a label I put on the top as well. That way it means if I'm using it, okay, I know what the number's going to be. I also know, I can see it on the front, but I can also see it when I use the lid. So that's my bead pattern. I know eventually down the line there will be more beads in there, but that's why I have them. So that's the one way I do my storage. The only other thing, the last thing I got from 123 Stitch was this giant ass piece of fabric. Alright, it's 25 count, I think it's what, 36 by 27. I bought this for one of my Heaven and Earth designs that I want to stitch. I have the pattern Stitch in Time by Amy Stewart, and I actually have it in matte colours. The only way I could get it to fit on my frame that I use, the quantum frames, and then the monster stand, is by going to 25 count fabric, and it just fits. I haven't tried it yet, but it should by my calculations. So this is Swagat, I think. So I'm going to have an interesting time doing that. I'm probably going to stitch it 1/1 on 25 count, that 1/1, which I've never done before, so that will be a learning curve. I definitely won't start that pattern until I finished Elsa. Okay, so that's my one big order. That was a really big order. I was so pleased when that came. That came when I had a really, really, really shit day at work. I had been teaching year 9s all day. They've changed the schedule, so now I have 9 science followed by 9 maths. I've got a double and a double, and it works, but it doesn't work some days as well. So it was a really, really, really bad day. I think I ended up taking the next day off as well. It was just not great mentally. So came home and my order had arrived, and I'm like, just so relieved. Like, not relieved, but really happy. So that night I just didn't do any schoolwork. I sat down and stitched. The next day I also just sat down and stitched. Mentally I had to have a day off. So when that order arrived, it was just timing. Like, sometimes timing is just, I don't know, like, do you find times when you have something really shit happen and then you get an order in, or something happens, you get wrapped? The community, I don't know, something happens out there. But no, that was really great timing. The only other thing, there's 2 other things. I did get my monthly fabric in from Colour Cascades. Sorry for the rattling. Let me just get it out. So this is on 32 count. I get the 18 by 27, and it's on Sweet Child of Mine. I know Belinda from Aussie Stitcher showed this on her video yesterday, but some lovely nice blues. So there's like dark blues and there's some light blue areas. So I'm not quite sure what I'll stitch on this yet, but it's really gorgeous. I'm thinking it looks like very skyish, so something really blue, like as a contrast. I could see a mermaid or something going on there, but I've never really been a mermaid girl. So I could see something like a sky, like with a sky background. That would be really pretty. So, but no, it's gorgeous. The next two I actually had from a couple of months before the other couple of videos. The only reason I couldn't show them is because I did buy a duplicate for my best friend for her birthday, which was at the beginning of this month, and she now has received it. So, as people know, you probably should all know now, but I'm a major Disney nut. I love Disney. My backpack is Disney, my lanyard is Disney. I now have three official Disney paintings in my room. I'm a major Disney nut. And this one here is the Bambi's First Year by Thomas Kincaid. So I love all of his patterns, all of his actual paintings. So I think this one's actually been charted really well compared to some of the others. It's just gorgeous. Bambi is one of my favourite Disney movies. I can't choose which one it is, but this one here is just absolutely gorgeous. So I did that. This one here, I've got a copy for me. I also have a copy for my best friend who now has it. And my best friend is a major Lion King nut. So, oops, glare. Yeah, let's try it. Glare. So, Lion King nut. So, of course, we had to get the Lion King for her. And I also had to get one too. Can't let it up. So, Kincaid, Disney, my thing. I think I heard a rumour lately that they were stopping making the Disney Dreams kits. I don't know. I think I heard a rumour about that lately. I will insert a couple of pictures here. But on our recent cruise, we went in, the one in July, I was lucky enough to buy 2 paintings from Thomas Kincaid. On this cruise, for the first ever, I've actually seen the Disney Dreams on canvas by Thomas Kincaid. Never seen them in life before, okay? I've only seen pictures, I've seen calendars, I've seen cross-stitch kits, never seen the painting in life. And, oh my God, I stood there for probably an hour or so just looking at the Kincaids. The ones that they had shown that were in the Disney, like he had that whole heap of Kincaids there, and we do have a couple out on the wall. But the ones from Disney was Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, and Peter Pan. And these are actual artworks on canvas with his DNA print signature on it as well. So it's not a print, it's not a fake, it's actual artwork. I couldn't get off the ship without taking at least 2 of them home. And if anyone knows me by now, remembers what kits I have in the first video, I brought Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid home. So I'll either do a little video and insert that of what they look like in my room, or just insert the photos I have, but they are gorgeous. I did like the Peter Pan one, but I think I would like the emphasis to be more on Neverland, where the film is actually set, compared to the emphasis being in London. So that's my only thing. But I love The Little Mermaid. They're just gorgeous. So that's my little thing. That was really happy to get. Okay, sorry, just checking my notes to make sure I've talked about everything I wanted to. Okay. The only last thing I want to talk about is a plan. Okay, because we are going away to Mansfield, which is in Victoria next week, so it's about an 8 to 10 hour drive from South Australia. I'm not going to be taking Elsa. What I have done is I found a pattern in the World of Cross Stitch magazine that I'm going to stitch for my cousin's my cousin's son, Raiden. I know I was thinking of stitching Snugglepot and Cuddle Pie, but then I found this pattern. Let's see. Oops, let's get rid of the brightness. See if that works. There we go. I found this pattern in the World of Cross Stitch. So it's Peter Rabbit. And I'm going to stitch this one for him. So Eraser already has a Peter Rabbit, so I wanted to keep in the theme. So this one again is the one I'm going to stitch. And I'm going to stitch that on 16 count Aida, just plain white. And I'm probably going to start that when we go away. So I think the pattern only has about 20 colours, so compared to stitching with 90 colours, it's not that bad. And that's what I'm going to take away with me. I'm not sure how long that will take me, so by the time I see you again next, I should be still working on Elsa. Hopefully I'll have another page finish. It depends on how much I get started this week, also how much I can get done tonight, depending if I'm editing or not. And then I'm hoping to have a new start. Can you believe it? I have not had one new start this year. Yep, that's right. I have not had one new start this year. I had a couple of new starts last year, but this year Roses of Provence was already started. Once Upon a Time, the Quick Stitch by Amy Stewart was already started. Fantasy Castle was already started. And the Elsa course was already started. They're all the ones I've been working on. I have not had a new start. So I'm going to start that probably next week. And I think the pattern's only about 150 by 150. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, but it doesn't look very bad, very complicated. There's only it's not full coverage. There's full cross stitches and there's a bit of back stitch. So one thing I like about going away on holidays, I'm able to get down to stitch. We do go out during the day and do some day trips. I think we're going to some wineries or a cheese factory and a mustard place, I think, from what I can remember. But then we get back probably by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and I can spend the rest of the day stitching, if not if we go for a swim or something like that. So, no, that's me done. Basically, worked on one WIP, had 2 page finishes, got 6 pages to go on Elsa. Again, probably not much hole from now, just did that major order. But thank you for watching my video. Thank you again to all the subscribers and commenters. I hope to be back with another video soon. Oh, I did buy something this week that will clip like my phone onto my stand somehow, and I'm hoping to do some Stitch With Me videos soon of like stitching with Elsa, and I might do a couple of needlework tags. So I've been meaning to do them, but I keep forgetting, or I've had not enough time because I don't want to make these videos go super long. So I'll try and remember to insert all the photos that I want to do. I'll try and remember to just put a couple of photos on after here about the needlework that I saw at the Royal Adelaide Show. And depending how we go, I'll probably film another one. Might even film another one in 2 weeks when we get back from our holiday. Depends when I get time without mum and dad being in the house. But thank you again to everyone who does watch my videos. And over and out from Felicity. Goodbye.